Hubbard House was recently awarded the Tegna Foundation grant. And to talk to us about that today and this wonderful organization is Gail Patton. She is the CEO. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Jordan. Just want to say I'm very appreciative of the foundation for giving us this money. I mean, it really makes a difference in the lives of survivors. And also want to say a personal thank you to you for emceeing our event at the breakfast last year. That was amazing. And then if I could say just again, your channel does an amazing job of getting stories out to victims. And I truly believe, and we have seen it, every time a story goes out, survivors call and get help that they might not have known about our services. So thank you for your partnership. Thank you for being in the life-saving business with us. Really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. And it's so great to hear that we are helping make a difference. And I was so honored to be a part of that breakfast. So thanks for even asking me. I know a lot of people in this area, they know of Hubbard House, but we get people moving here a lot. You know, it's a military town. So let's say someone's new and they have not heard of Hubbard House. Can you tell them what it's all about?
Definitely. Hubbard House is a full-service domestic violence shelter, which means we provide services to victims of domestic violence in shelter, obviously for those who need protection in shelter, but also out in the community for those people who may not need to be in shelter, but they want to get counseling or information or things like that. And all these services to survivors and their children are free. And it's free because we have great community support like the foundation who gives us funds so that we can provide that counseling, we can provide that safe shelter, we can provide that advocacy. You know, in shelter, we can provide that food, that safety, that security. We can't do it alone. It's through partners such as Tegna that makes this possible.
How much has this grown over? You said 46 years, we were talking before.
Well, Hubbard House started as a small house that had like maybe a 15-bed ability to, and now we are at 113 beds, and sometimes we're a little over capacity because people just need to come in. So that is what's grown. And then also just going out in the outreach community for people that don't need to come into shelter. We see on average just out in outreach, usually over 4,000 people. So, and that doesn't even count shelter. So everything that the community does to support that, know they're supporting survivors getting the help they need.
How is the Tegna Foundation grant going to help continue with your mission?
Well, as I mentioned before, when we look at the people in the greatest needs, those are typically the people who are in shelter because they are literally hiding and running for their lives. And so that funding by the foundation helps provide food. It helps keep the electricity on so that we have electricity for survivors living here. It helps with providing funding for the counseling that they need for the children as well as the adults. So if you think of all the wraparound services that we provide, it helps towards a person being able to live violence-free and have these life-saving, life-changing services.
If somebody else, though, wants to donate or volunteer, are we able to do that?
Oh, absolutely. If you go to hubbardhouse.org, you will find all the information you need about donating. You'll find all the information you need about volunteering. You'll find out about our walk that's coming up in April, and you'll be able to sign on. And we encourage everybody to get a team going. That's a way you can join all of us for a fun day of creating awareness about domestic violence for people.
And lastly, before we go, obviously we want to get out the message for people who may be struggling or someone you may know who is struggling. How can they get in touch with you? What is the best way?
The best way, we have a 24-hour hotline, and that number is 904-354-3114. But we also have a text line if somebody is at home and doesn't feel like they can talk out loud, and the text line is 904-210-3698, and we're there 24/7.
All right, thank you so much. It was so good to see you, and congratulations on receiving the grant.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the Tegna Foundation, and it's great seeing you as always.
You too, Gail. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to see this segment again, just head on over to firstcoastliving.net.